The Akashic Records explained. The Akashic Records have long been described as one of the greatest mysteries in metaphysical thought. Often referred to as a universal library or cosmic archive, they are believed to contain the energetic record of every soul, every thought, every action, and every possibility that has ever existed, or may yet exist. The word Akasha comes from an ancient Sanskrit term meaning ether or the primary substance from which all things are formed. Many spiritual traditions teach that this invisible field connects all living beings across time and space. According to believers, the Akashic Records can provide profound insight into a person's life purpose, relationships, recurring patterns, and spiritual growth. Some claim that skilled practitioners can access these records through deep meditation, prayer, or heightened states of consciousness, receiving guidance that helps people better understand their present lives. Skeptics, however, argue that there is no scientific evidence proving the existence of the Akashic Records. They suggest that experiences attributed to the records may instead arise from intuition, imagination, or the subconscious mind. Whether viewed as a literal cosmic database, a symbolic representation of universal wisdom, or a powerful tool for self-reflection, the Akashic Records continue to fascinate seekers around the world. They invite us to explore timeless questions about consciousness, destiny, memory, and our connection to the universe. In this presentation, we'll examine where the idea of the Akashic Records originated, how different traditions interpret them, the methods people use to access them, and why this mysterious concept remains one of the most enduring subjects in modern metaphysics. Ancient origins of the Akashic Records. The concept of the Akashic Records did not suddenly appear in modern spirituality. Its roots stretch back thousands of years to ancient India, where philosophers described Akasha as the fifth element, an invisible essence beyond earth, water, fire, and air. Unlike the physical elements, Akasha was believed to be the subtle substance that fills all space. It was considered the medium through which sound travels and the invisible fabric connecting everything in existence. As spiritual traditions evolved, this idea expanded beyond a simple element of nature. Mystics began to describe Akasha as a field that preserved every vibration, every event, and every thought that had ever occurred. Nothing was ever truly lost. Every experience left an imprint upon this universal field. Centuries later, similar concepts appeared in other cultures. Ancient Greek philosophers spoke of an invisible ether permeating the heavens. Various mystical traditions described hidden realms of knowledge accessible only through spiritual awakening. Although the names differed, many shared the belief that reality extended far beyond what our physical senses could perceive. During the 19th century, these ancient ideas found new life through the Theosophical movement. Writers such as Helena Petrovna Blavatsky and later Rudolf Steiner popularized the idea of a universal record containing the complete history of humanity and the cosmos. They referred to this vast repository as the Akashic Records, describing it as a source of spiritual wisdom available to those who developed higher states of consciousness. Today, the Akashic Records occupy a unique place in metaphysical thought. For some, they represent a literal spiritual archive waiting to be explored. For others, they serve as a symbolic reminder that every experience leaves a lasting impression upon the fabric of existence. Whether taken literally or metaphorically, the ancient concept of Akasha continues to inspire curiosity, inviting us to consider the possibility that the universe remembers far more than we can imagine. The Universal Library of Consciousness. One of the most common ways to describe the Akashic Records is as a universal library. Imagine an infinite collection of books, except these books are not made of paper and ink. Instead, they are composed of energy, consciousness, and information that exists beyond the limits of time and space. According to this belief, every soul has its own unique record. Within that record is said to be the complete journey of an individual, from past experiences and present circumstances to future possibilities. Every thought, emotion, choice, and life lesson is believed to contribute another page to this ever-expanding archive. Supporters of the concept emphasize that the records are not viewed as a tool for fortune-telling. Rather than presenting a fixed future, they are said to reveal probabilities based on the choices a person is making today. Since human beings possess free will, the future remains flexible, constantly changing as new decisions create new possibilities. Many who claim to have accessed the Akashic Records describe the experience as receiving intuitive impressions rather than reading literal words on invisible pages. Information may appear as vivid images, symbolic visions, emotions, inner knowing, or brief flashes of understanding. Each person's experience is said to be unique. This perspective has led some researchers and spiritual teachers to compare the Akashic Records with the concept of a universal field of consciousness, a vast network that connects every living being. While science has not confirmed the existence of such a cosmic archive, the idea continues to resonate with those who believe consciousness extends beyond the physical brain. Whether understood as a spiritual reality, a symbolic model of intuition, or a philosophical thought experiment, the image of a universal library offers a powerful way to explore humanity's enduring questions about memory, identity, and our connection to the greater universe. Can anyone access the Akashic Records? One of the most frequently asked questions is whether anyone can access the Akashic Records, or if this ability is reserved for a select few. According to many spiritual traditions, the records are available to everyone. They teach that every person possesses an innate connection to universal consciousness, but that this connection is often obscured by the distractions of everyday life, emotional stress, and a constantly active mind. Those who practice Akashic meditation often begin by creating a quiet environment free from interruptions. Through deep breathing, relaxation, and focused intention, they seek to enter a calm state of awareness where intuitive impressions become easier to recognize. Some practitioners use specific prayers or invocations that are believed to help open access to the records. Others rely on meditation, visualization, or contemplative techniques developed through years of spiritual practice. Rather than forcing an experience, they emphasize patience, openness, and the willingness to receive whatever insights may arise. People who report successful sessions rarely describe dramatic visions or booming voices. Instead, many speak of subtle experiences, a sudden realization, a meaningful symbol, an unexpected feeling of clarity, or a deep sense of peace. Answers may come gradually, sometimes long after the meditation has ended, appearing through dreams, coincidences, or moments of quiet reflection. Critics point out that these experiences can also be explained through psychology. They argue that meditation naturally enhances self-awareness, allowing the subconscious mind to organize memories, emotions, and personal insights in ways that feel profound or even mystical. From this perspective, the value lies not in accessing an external archive, but in gaining a deeper understanding of oneself. Whether interpreted as communication with a universal source of wisdom or as a powerful method of introspection, the practice of seeking the Akashic Records encourages people to slow down, listen inwardly, and explore questions that often remain hidden beneath the noise of daily life. What do people seek in the Akashic Records? For those who believe in the Akashic Records, the purpose is not simply to satisfy curiosity. Instead, many approach the records with deeply personal questions, hoping to gain insight into life's greatest mysteries. One of the most common questions concerns life purpose. People often wonder why they are drawn towards certain careers, passions, or experiences. Some believe the records can reveal hidden talents, forgotten lessons, or opportunities for personal growth that may otherwise go unnoticed. Relationships are another frequent focus. Why do certain people enter our lives at specific moments? Why do some connections feel instantly familiar while others are filled with conflict? Within metaphysical teachings, the Akashic Records are sometimes described as revealing soul connections and recurring patterns that span multiple lifetimes, offering a broader perspective on human relationships. Many seekers also look for answers about recurring challenges. Whether facing financial struggles, persistent fears, or repeating life circumstances, they hope the records may uncover underlying lessons or emotional patterns that need to be understood before lasting change can occur. Others turn to the records while navigating major life decisions. A career change, a move across the country, or an important relationship may leave someone searching for guidance. Rather than providing simple yes or no answers, practitioners often say the records highlight possibilities, helping individuals make choices that align more closely with their values and aspirations. Healing is another reason people explore the Akashic Records. Some believe unresolved emotional wounds, grief, or limiting beliefs can be better understood by viewing them through a broader spiritual perspective. While this should never replace professional medical or psychological care, many find that reflective spiritual practices can complement their journey toward emotional well-being. Whether these insights originate from a universal archive, heightened intuition, or the remarkable capabilities of the human mind remains an open question. Yet for countless people, the search itself becomes a meaningful path of self-discovery, encouraging greater compassion, personal responsibility, and a deeper appreciation for the mysteries of consciousness. Science, skepticism, and the search for evidence. As fascinating as the Akashic Records may be, it is important to recognize that they remain a metaphysical concept rather than a scientifically established phenomenon. Modern science relies on observations that can be measured, tested, and independently verified. To date, no experiment has demonstrated the existence of a universal archive containing the complete record of every thought, event, or soul. As a result, the Akashic Records are generally regarded by the scientific community as a matter of personal belief rather than empirical fact. Psychologists offer several possible explanations for the experiences reported by those who claim to access the records. Meditation and deep relaxation are known to increase focus, reduce mental distractions, and enhance self-awareness. In these calm states, the subconscious mind may connect memories, emotions, and ideas in ways that produce powerful insights that can feel as though they come from an external source. Another possibility involves pattern recognition. The human brain is remarkably skilled at finding meaning, even in complex or incomplete information. Sometimes a symbolic image, recurring dream, or sudden realization can create a profound sense of certainty, leading individuals to believe they have discovered knowledge beyond ordinary awareness. Supporters of the Akashic Records acknowledge that scientific proof is lacking but argue that not every aspect of consciousness can be fully measured with current technology. They point out that many questions about awareness, intuition, creativity, and subjective experience remain active areas of research, leaving room for continued exploration. Between these viewpoints lies a balanced perspective. The Akashic Records may be understood as a spiritual belief, a symbolic framework for personal reflection, or simply a metaphor that encourages people to examine their lives with honesty and curiosity. Regardless of one's interpretation, the practice often inspires introspection, mindfulness, and thoughtful decision-making. The mystery of the Akashic Records reminds us that humanity continues to explore the boundaries between science, philosophy, and spirituality. While definitive answers remain elusive, the conversation itself reflects our enduring desire to understand consciousness and our place within the universe. A mystery that continues to inspire. For more than a century, the Akashic Records have captured the imagination of mystics, philosophers, authors, and spiritual seekers. Although interpretations differ, the central idea remains remarkably consistent, that somewhere beyond ordinary perception exists a deeper source of knowledge connecting all life. Some view the records as a genuine spiritual reality, a timeless archive that preserves every experience across the history of the universe. Others see them as a symbolic representation of the collective wisdom of humanity, while many regard them as a powerful metaphor for the untapped potential of the human mind. What makes the Akashic Records so enduring is not the promise of secret knowledge, but the questions they encourage us to ask. Who are we beyond our physical existence? Are our lives shaped solely by chance, or is there a greater pattern unfolding around us? Can moments of intuition, inspiration, or profound insight reveal something deeper about the nature of consciousness? These questions have no universally accepted answers, yet they continue to inspire exploration across cultures and generations. Whether through meditation, philosophical inquiry, scientific research, or personal reflection, people remain fascinated by the possibility that reality may extend far beyond what we can observe with our senses alone. Perhaps the greatest value of the Akashic Records is not whether they can be proven to exist, but how the idea encourages self-examination. By reflecting on our choices, relationships, and experiences, we become more aware of the stories we are creating every day. In that sense, each of us is continually writing the record of our own lives. As our understanding of consciousness evolves, the mystery of the Akashic Records is likely to remain an intriguing subject of discussion. Whether viewed through the lens of spirituality, philosophy, psychology, or curiosity, it invites us to remain open-minded, ask thoughtful questions, and continue exploring one of humanity's most enduring mysteries. Closing thoughts. The Akashic Records occupy a unique place at the crossroads of spirituality, philosophy, and personal exploration. While no scientific evidence has confirmed the existence of a universal archive of consciousness, the concept continues to resonate with millions of people around the world. For some, the records represent a sacred source of wisdom that offers guidance, healing, and a deeper understanding of life's journey. For others, they serve as a meaningful symbol, an invitation to look inward, reflect on personal experiences, and explore the mysteries of consciousness with an open yet questioning mind. Regardless of where you stand, the enduring popularity of the Akashic Records reminds us that human beings have always sought answers to life's biggest questions. We wonder where we came from, why we are here, and whether our experiences are connected by a greater purpose. Perhaps the true value of the Akashic Records lies not in proving or disproving their existence, but in inspiring thoughtful reflection. They encourage us to become more mindful of our choices, more compassionate toward others, and more curious about the unseen dimensions of existence. As we continue to explore the frontiers of science, psychology, and spirituality, the mystery of the Akashic Records will undoubtedly remain a fascinating topic of discussion. Whether viewed as a mystical reality, a symbolic framework, or an intriguing philosophical idea, they remind us that some of the greatest mysteries are those that encourage us to keep asking questions. Thank you for joining us on this exploration of the Akashic Records. If you enjoyed this presentation, be sure to continue with our other metaphysical explorations as we delve into the many mysteries that have captivated humanity for centuries.